welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be combining two things that are both productive, pretty much bookish. I want to organize my new bookshelves as well as put on an audiobook and read some books I'm currently reading. I'm currently in between two books, reading Yes Chef by Grace as well as Cursed Daughters by Oyi. I will tell you guys once I'm like in the middle of it what I do think. I will be listening to it as well as reading it on my phone, just depending on what I'm doing. I really do want to do a lot of things. I'm so ambitious right now. I have books on my bed right now. I removed books, which is usually that corner, like my TBR or books I would like to reread. Below my desk, I actually have books that I've already read. I didn't like having my books on the floor, so I kind of decided to build these 3 bookshelves, which nearly took me out, but eventually I would love to also have books next to the new bookshelves that I've already put next to them, to have other 3 shelves there. Let me tell you about putting these 3 shelves, right? Nearly took me out. Measure, and I poked holes, but I didn't measure well. I had holes on the wall that had no use. The second shelf, I had thought it was secured, and then some books just to kind of like test it out. It fell down, and then that almost took me out.
Make your way to the top, running around. Like, how the heck did I'm just trying to think, how in the hell did I measure this? It's so far apart. I'm just meeting problems after problems with this. And the hole's already in. Eka. Oh my God, I'm about to lose it and I'm so hungry. Let me go eat and then I'll come back. One up. I feel like it's a little high up. It is what it is at this point. I'm not moving any of these things. I need to add the others and then I'll be done. Definitely high. Those holes, I kind of like fill them up. I don't know. That's not my problem right now. But I feel like the shelves are quite high. So obviously the third one will have to be here. Not sure how it's going to look with books, but we're going to see when we put the books up. That's it for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to put the other shelf right now. Done. This whooped me. This whooped my ass. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm Gangnam Style. Testing. Kind of like it. It is definitely high. Definitely not safe. Like how it looks. We'll hide that.
But I'm glad that the shelves are actually up right now. They look very secured. I really love them, and I'm so happy that I decided to do this, because once I have something in my mind that I truly want to do, I tell you, that shit will nag me until I do it. That shit will nag me until I do it. So I'm free in my heart right now. I don't even have the plans what I'm going to do in terms of my physical TBR. Since my reading taste has changed, I know that there are books on my physical TBR that I will not get through. So first part of this is the unhauling. I'm such a hoarder when it comes to books, guys. I usually declutter my life on a regular. Clothes, declutter. Big on that shit. When it comes to books, I will take years before I let something go. So let me just go through my physical TBR right now, and then we'll see what books I'm keeping and what books I'm unhauling. Relatively quicker than I thought it would be. On my red books, I will probably also unhaul some books over there, and now I have to decide how I'm going to kind of store everything. There are only 3 shelves, so I think it will be enough for the books that I do have right now. So let me put on my audiobook. Let me actually start planning on what to do with and what to put on my shelves. So excited! Guys, the one thing I'm praying for, okay, I'm praying for a lot of things, but when it comes to these shelves, the one thing I'm praying for is that they don't fall down. And it all falls down. I'm telling you, and it all falls down. Shelves, I think it's gonna get some getting used to. These are like my new shelves. I think it's gonna take some getting used to. I think because for now it's like still new. Like maybe, I'm not sure. The next couple of days I'm just gonna keep it like this. This actually went quicker than I thought it would. These are all my read books. All of these books I've read, loved, I am keeping. My physical shelf. Oh, my physical shelf is definitely interesting. I do have some rereads, Yellowface as well as Intermezzo. I do want to reread. I do have some space, so I kind of added this candle. Definitely will not be lighting it because hazard. But yeah, this is like my physical shelf, or I would like to reread. I do want to do a reading vlog of me reading. I don't know if I want to do the entire Twilight. Feels good. I don't know, man. I'm really happy with myself. But this shelf rocked. That's what it was doing to me. But yeah, there's going to be so many photos I'm going to be taking now from here. In the future, there will be shelves for my read books. For now, I'm happy about this. When I do get more books, it will be more colorful, or I'll try to organize it maybe by genre or something like that. But right now, I think I'm just too lazy. That's why it was too quick. Oh, okay. I literally cannot stop looking at my bookshelves. Like, I absolutely love them. It is the next day, so I have done quite a bit of reading. I think I did tell you guys that I am reading Yes Chef by Grace Riley, as well as our book club pick for July, which is Cursed Daughters by Oyekani. I actually did finish Yes Chef last night. When I actually started this reading vlog, I think I was about like 58, if not like 68% of this book. And this one, we're following a grumpy chef, and he really wants to prove himself to own his own kitchen. His mentor passed away, and that kind of like set him off a little bit, basically gets fired, right? Jack, that's his name. We see the daughter of the owner. Her name is Poppy, and she is an influencer who feels out of sorts when it comes to her career. She feels like a lot of people don't take her seriously. She feels like the job that she's doing is not impacting or making a change in anybody's lives. She's looking for something to prove herself to her family that, guys, you can take me seriously. Like, I can make a difference in people's lives and I can work for the family business, basically. These two basically don't like each other. I think in just general, ever since they met, they just don't like each other. And the more you go into the book, the more you understand the initial dislike. Jack's mentor, who passed away, left him the restaurants that he owned. These two unlikely people who do not like each other team up together to go to Florida, like revamp this restaurant and prove to Poppy's dad that Jack deserves to have his own restaurant in New York. So what I loved about this book, right, is that we see them individually grow as people before we even got to the romance. We really get to see them grow, especially with Poppy, because I feel like Poppy, how she presented herself in the beginning and how she was like being in Florida and everything like that, you saw so much change. And with Jack, obviously you do see the change as well. I think I really do love romances where I'm able to see the characters as well as how they grow and how the other person basically impacts them. The more time they spend together, the more you saw the change and how even Poppy was kind of like understanding. Sometimes she would be like, being a chef is whatever, but the more she is in the kitchen and learning how to cook as well, she learns a lot, not just about Jack, but about the job and the responsibility of being a chef as well, and the hard work that goes into it. I'm so grateful for the kind of education I have when it comes to the kitchen. I've watched a lot of like movies and shows that are centered around being in the kitchen or being in the chef. Like, one of my favorite shows is The Bear. One of my favorite movies is No Reservation, Burnt. And when Jack kind of like presents himself, I saw a lot of Bradley Cooper's character in Burnt. Exactly like that, guys. He is an asshole, but he is redeemable. This book really made me hungry. There is a fish dish. How it was described, like, I instantly became so hungry. Words on paper, but you are bringing hunger. And I really enjoyed this book. It was something that I needed to not be in a slump, and it was a great palate cleanser. I'm so happy that I read this book. It was also just like a nice romance to read and like cozy up. And ADHD is mentioned a lot, and because of how they move and the type of conversations that they would have and when they would have them, you got to understand how ADHD can impact a person, how they react to things as well, and the overthinking as well. So like, it was a genuine pleasant surprise. I'm so happy that I did read it. It was pretty long, so that's why it took me more time to finish this book before I actually started Cursed Daughters by author who wrote My Sister the Serial Killer, which is a book that I also did enjoy. This one is a second book, and let me tell you something. If there's one thing that I have found about myself, is that I truly enjoy seeing the growth of an author, being able to pinpoint the change in terms of their writing. I love that shit. It's like watching a child grow up. I'm reading Cursed Daughters right now. I think I'm like 50% in, guys. The writing here is so much better than in My Sister the Serial Killer. It is so much better. I love an author when they outdo themselves. Just from the jump in terms of the prologue, gripped me. And that is just like the testament to how developed her writing in terms of knowing how to grip the reader. Every single chapter leaves you wanting more. And it's an intergenerational story about this family, or the women in this family, who have a curse. Basically, their great grandmother was cursed by a woman because their grandmother actually slept with a married man. It's been kind of like a mythical story in the family. We have met a couple of characters. We've met Mo, we have met Ebon. She just gave birth to a daughter and she had a dream, and I was like, what the heck is going on? It has some magic realism. I'm not into deep in it, and just truly say about it is that the writing is so good and I am enjoying it so much. We're going to be following obviously the woman in this family, how the people that we are reading about right now are currently dealing with the curse. First impressions, I'm very much impressed. So what I'm gonna do right now is quickly just like lock in, read, because book club is in a couple of days, guys. I'm scared. Like, do I have time? Do I have time? But yeah, I believe in myself. I work well under pressure. I come back later, guys, give you a more in-depth update of what the book is. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I just thought of something right now. And I kind of hope it's not true. I think Tolu is the father. 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 But they'll be nasty. Africans don't do that. They'll be nasty. They'll be nasty as fuck. I hope that's not the case. Rock, paper, scissors. She won. Yesterday. I am back with an update. It is a couple of days later. I have gone to book club. I've also finished the book. I went to book club without finishing the book, and that was one of the worst experience in terms of I got spoilers, obviously, like so many plot twists that I had to hear without actually truly experiencing myself. Never again. I'm never doing that ever again. I finished the book for book club, especially if you're a person who doesn't like spoilers. Yeah, book club was really, really nice. We went to Zai. We had the breakfast special, like also met a new member. It was really wholesome and so fun. Like I really, truly love hanging out with the girlies and just like talking about the book. It was so much fun. Finished the book a little after book club. Like I finished the book. My thoughts on the book, to be honest, I think I will stick with my rating, because when I rated the book on book club, obviously I hadn't finished it, but I will still stick to my rating, which is 4 stars. I actually enjoy the writing in this book. As I've said, that I went into this book kind of blind, like I just experiencing the book by myself. It was really, really enjoyable. I think the only thing that I had qualms with was it was longer than it should have been. Like you get a history of women of the family, being able to go to Monife's POV, jumping into Ene's POV, which is Ebon's daughter, and also going to Ebon's POV. That did take up a lot of time, because you get to see all of these 3 women having these experiences with the curse and how it's affecting them, and also they get to show you the other women of the family. Like you got to see how the curse basically influenced them, and at some point I was like, is the curse even real? It's kind of like repeating, like women go through the same thing. They use the curse as a crutch and they end up kind of like self-sabotaging, because we see that a lot with Monife. Like Ebon, I am still indifferent when it comes to Ebon. I think I liked her as a character, but she was so secretive. I think by the time that we really got to her POV and got to know her story and how she was handling the curse, or how she was dealing with the curse, I was not that interested. It was like, okay, fine, cool, we got your story. Like I was already kind of emotionally tired in some, which it proves to the point that the book was so long. Like certain parts where I'm like, this could have been cut short. Like majority of the people that I got to see was Monife and Enei, which is understandably so, because Enei is kind of like a reincarnation of Monife, so much so that I didn't get who Enei was individually. Like she's so much like Monife that her and Monife are kind of like the same person, which I guess that was the whole point of the book, but I wish we could have gotten more of Enei as an individual. I don't know how I would have felt had I actually finished the book. I think maybe I would have been shocked. And lesson learned, I'm definitely finishing book club books. Yeah, in general, really enjoyed this book. I think it was good. The writing, guys, was something that stuck with me. I can't believe how good Oye Nkani has developed in terms of her writing, like how she uses metaphors and how she kind of like incorporates all of these myths, and like how she's able to keep the mystery. Like certain things are revealed about the people, but still something that is not revealed. So yeah, the more that you read, the more interesting that it got. And yeah, guys, that is all for this reading vlog. I really do hope that you did enjoy it. And down below, if you have read any of these books, what is on your TBR? Let's talk in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.